first qualifying session is over, and now
Hello and welcome to VollGazzRacing pre-season test at Portimao. Division 2 did theirs yesterday. Division 1 today, obviously. So we've got some new riders, some returning riders in the field, and I'll go through them shortly. I just need to do a couple of things. So who is going to be the first person to go out? It's going to be Sky. Sky on board the Repsol Honda is the first man out. So here we go. Sky doing a very strange line through the final corner as it goes over the crest, and will start his first lap. Oh, he's in a practice start, I see. He instantly stops the lap. Very interesting. So anyway, let's see, I don't know who the first person on track is. VTR, who is that? Nelson. So it's Nelson who is ahead on track. I don't know what's going on here. A lot of people are going very slow. Anyway, so the grid for Division 1 this season, we have Season 1 champion Nelson has made his is now riding for his fourth different manufacturer. He has gone to the Suzuki team after formerly winning with Pramac, being second with Petronas and third with LCR. So if you're going to try and connect these things, you're going to think he's going to finish fourth on board the Suzuki. There's a nice wheelie over the hill there. And his teammate for this season is going to be Aiki, who was on board the LCR Domitsu Honda last season. Managed to get a win at Sepang. We have double champion of deck. He was on the Petronas Yamaha for 2 seasons, but he has now moved to the factory Ducati team, and his teammate is Saya. Jack Berman's gone down. So we got you got Jack Berman, who was in the Repsol Honda team for the junior class last season. He's moved up to Division 1, and Finley, who had failed all the tryouts previously, has now just jumped straight to Division 1. So Finley making great improvements and looking good in this game, so that's great to see. We have Sky on board the Repsol Honda. He's a new face with, I was going to call him Adam just to make it simple for myself. He's also a new face. Then we also have from Monster Yamaha, we have YT Craigenator, and a returning face of VTR, who was on board the Repsol Honda in the junior class last season. So Deck sets the benchmark time, 38.8. I'm pretty sure that is going to be absolutely smashed by the end of this session. It's a nice little banker lap just to get the session started, to warm up. So obviously this is a new circuit, so some might not know where they're going, some might have just spent all the time around this place and actually know every single bump and the line and stuff. So here comes Aiki now around the final corner, set his first lap time of the session. Aiki crossed the line to a 37.8, so very fast time for Aiki, and here comes his teammate Nelson. So he rises over the hill, across the line, and he goes into third. Kragenator goes fourth. VTR now down the straight, and he goes fourth. Zach improving on his lap time. Zach improving by a tenth of a second. I think it's Adam Mayman. Adam Mayman. Yeah. I really should ask how you pronounce these names before I do these things. I'll get that figured out by the start of the season. Here comes Adam now down the straight to complete his first lap of the session, and he jumps into fifth place. Jack Berman goes sixth. Finley goes eighth. Sayed now going around turn 7 and 8. Two very difficult corners. Baltimore definitely is a very difficult track with loads of elevation change direction, loads of bumps. So easy to make a mistake just because the bike sometimes does things that you don't exactly ask it to do. As VTR looks to improve his lap time. And he improves. And now Sayed to do his first lap of the session. And Sayed goes into second place. Adam now going round the final corner, planting the power of the Repsol Honda over the hill. Down the straight, where will he go? He jumps into fourth place. And now teammate Sky going into turn 8. Getting on the curb there, rising up the hill. And now dropping down as he goes through Craig Jones. As a swift change direction through turn 12 and then into turn 13. Picking the bike up, and then he switched the direction again through to turn 14. Oh, he goes to the curb there. I thought he was a goner. Sometimes you clip the curb, you can just instantly go down. This guy getting away with that. VTR improving to 5th place. Sky now crosses the line and goes into 5th place. So, oh, that was a big crash. Wow. So Jack Berman and his teammate Finley following each other. Finley's invalidated his lap time. So these two were first, well, this is the first time for Jack being in a Division 1 rider officially. He has raced in Season 2 as a replacement rider, and this is Finley's first ever season, so if not counting Moto 2. So these two will be hoping for good things this season, as Ike now looks to improving his lap time. He does do by a couple of attempts. So I can't find the Petronas boys. There we are. Jack Berman improves his time in opposition. Finley now starts his next lap, hoping to do a bit better and not invalidate this time. As Kragenator flies through the final corner, carrying a lot of speed. as he goes over the hill. His teammate VTR, I believe, just coming to the end of his lap as well. Craig Gator jumps into 7th place. VTR now flying down the straight, and he jumps into 3rd place. And now Deck. He goes down the straight. Doesn't improve. Not VTR, Nelson now down the straight. Finley's invalidated again. And that Saya's getting some slipstream, so very nice for him. Nelson goes into 2nd place. Oh my god, Saya's going to go into the back of Nelson to go through turn 1. Saya forcing the pass on Nelson. Will Nelson fight back into... Oh no, he's not... Wait, what? How has he crashed there? Very strange crash for Nelson there. That's a corner where you... That's a place you don't crash. On the exit of turn 2, you're usually about to brake there, and it's like he's crashed before he's even applied the brakes. Very odd. I'm wondering if maybe he made contact with Saya on his screen or something, but very bizarre crash. Anyway, Jack Berman now crosses the line, improves the time again. Unfortunately, not able to jump in any positions. And there's someone else for the 43 here. Yes, they do. Adam. That's what I was thinking. That. So Jack and I were running the same number. That's not fantastic. It's Finley is somewhere on the track. Not quite sure where. Spraginator does a lap time. Deck. Still going round. VTR. So looks like either these guys are just warming up to the track or they are doing race runs. I can't really tell, unfortunately. Would love to know, but find out at the end of the session. Okay, now over the crest of the final corner, taking the wide line. So that means you can set the bike up a lot earlier, get a lot more exit speed. Also, that Suzuki's not the fastest in the straights. Across the line, and he improves by 0.6 of a second, 37 flat, and on the cusp of a 36, which I am hoping for, because I definitely feel like these guys are capable of a 36. So we'll go on board with Sky, and he's following. Who's that? He's following? Is that? I can't tell. Was that a Patronus? Yes, it was. It was Jack Berman. This guy goes quite wide, so he's going to have a little less grip. He's got back on the line, so he's really found the grip, and he'll hopefully be able to carry a little bit more corner speed, a little more straight line speed. And he's some very strange crashes going on here. Like some people are really struggling with the brakes. It's either just applying the brake and the front's just collapsing. So I don't know whether it's setups are doing or the way they're applying the brake or what, but people are making some very strange crashes at the moment. But Finley now, I think he's only done one valid lap, so hopefully this can be his second one. So obviously Patronus winning team for 2 seasons in a row. Also they've lost their main man Deck, but hopefully the Finley and Jack can get some decent results. Finley crossed the line and able to improve on his position. And he does a massive stop, and he goes down as well. A lot of crashes here right now. So Gregonator goes over the crest. And VTR, his teammate, in his shadow, following him. So we can sort of see that Aiki is miles ahead of the field at this point. Then you've sort of got Saya also on his own. You've got Nelson, VTR, Deck and Sky. Sky's a couple of tenths up, he's not too far. So I'd say between 3rd and 8th it's not that far, and then you've just got the 2 Patronus boys who are a bit far, but hopefully they can score some time in the next half an hour. And Finley's had a crash. I can't tell what that is on the map. It's Adam's had a crash as well. Oops, I've changed camera on accident. So Nelson now going over the hill. And he improves to second place. And Saya retakes second place. So we are Lord Viking. Down into turn 5, keeping a nice tight line. Going out a bit wide now, cutting back to the apex to turn 6. Doing a swift change of direction to turn 7. A little bit wider, but not too bad. And now going through turn 8. Only steering a little bit there. And now going over the hill. Oh, on the curb. That was a bit tight. A bit on the edge. As now the bike drops down through turn 12 and into turn 13. These two weapons could be a nightmare. They're not difficult, but they can cause problems at times. Especially I think turn 13 is the worst of the two. Especially it can be compromised by your entry and your exit from turn 12. See how Aiki brakes for turn 1, very strong. Yeah, very nicely done there. Adams had a crash. And Finley now. So these two still going around. Who's that on the side of the track? That looks like Nelson. Jack improves. And Finley improves. So the two Petronas boys are chipping away and chipping away. Doing the right thing. Oh! This is really puzzling me right now, that the kind of crashes that happen. It doesn't make sense. I think he was through the turn, and I could see he was either putting on the power or was about to, and the front's just washed completely. And it's a real head scratcher, because I'm seeing this and just not understanding. I hope they understand why they're crashing, because if they don't, then it's not going to be good for them. As Deck getting on the curve there, that's not really helped his entry at all for that corner. So the different riding style for Deck. Before all that is on the curve, that's not nice. Well, obviously before the Yamaha high corner speed, not so fast in the straights, but you make it up everywhere else. Whereas the Ducati is completely opposite, no such corner speed, just make loads of V's, plant the power on the ground, and use all that horsepower to its advantage. So far, I'm not going to plan for the current champion, but obviously it's on the pre-season testing. Can't really call things as they are right now. So I now fly through Craig Jones' corner. I'm missing the apex a little bit there, but still keeping up the speed. On the curb, it's very it's scaring me a lot here when they touch the curbs, because I know how lethal they can be sometimes if you touch the wrong part. Oh, inside it goes down at turn 13, maybe a little bit too much front brake. So Sky now down the straight, and he jumps into 4th place. Craig Nater now to turn 13. Very nice tight line. It looks like he's taking a lot of corner speed, but I just can't tell. Oh, he's a bit cautious there through turn 14, and he's lost time from that. Is he pulling out the lap? It looks like he's pulled out of this one. Maybe he's going to try and give his teammate... No, is he going to pull it to the... No. Very, very odd. and VTR goes into the pit lane as well as his teammates. So 20 minutes already gone. And who's that? That's Sky. Sky has gone down. Nelson now looking to jump back inside the second place position. Let's see what the time is. There we go. 6:10, 37, 7. So Nelson last season, very consistent first half. Then it saw just turn into an absolute disaster in the second half. Just loads of crashes and mistakes and just unfortunate circumstances really. That just cost him the championship. Be looking to reclaim the title. Goes through turn 7. Oh god. Oh, what a big wheelie over the hill there, and yeah, he's that lap's stuffed. Adam, I'm going to try and get this. Adam Mayman goes now through turn 13. Round turn 14. This is looking quite fast. Can he jump inside the top 5? Here he goes over hill, down the straight, and there he goes, so it's into 5th place with a 38.2. Teammate Sky now going around the final corner. Sire with a red sector 1. Through Craig Jones at turn 9 and to turn 11. He's on the curb. He's invalidated. Oh, so frustrating. As 3 of them spawn right directly after each other. Very bizarre that. Not very often that happens at this point of the session. So Finley currently improving on his lap time. Can he maintain the form through the 3rd sector? Yes, he can. As he now goes round the final corner. Over the crest, down the straight. What's he going to improve to? A 39.8. Around the hairpin. Craig Data also looking to improve. Orange sectors pretty much everywhere at the moment. Some people on a live lap apart from Nelson. We're going to improve his time by 0.2 of a second. Look at deck. Oh, he loses the front in turn 8. Okay, he just put the brake on, a little bit of chatter and it went down. Pretty sure that's probably what would have happened there. So easy done. With the negative camber, causes a lot of problems. Jack Berman Crosses the line. Improves by half a second. Finley's invalidated again. So Finley at the moment just struggling with validation, really. Seems to be his main issue. Ike fastest in sector 1. Can this be a 1:36? Oh, he's got on the curb there, that ain't gonna help matters. He's down there fast. Just stay away from the curb. Yeah, he's lost time in sector 2, not really that surprised with the amount of curb he was nearly taking there. Sire also red in sector 1, but he validated last time he did that. Nike way on the curb. This lap's gone away from him for sure. So Sire, oh no, he's at the curb at turn 7. These curbs are lethal, and unfortunately a lot of them are just hitting them constantly. Finley now over the crest of turn 8 through turn 9. Sorry about that. Finley could change direction, he's gone quite wide. Still improving though, he's going to get a lot of exit speed out of here. Hopefully he can use that to run a lot of speed through here. Obviously with more speed the bike will understeer more, and he's had to use that to his advantage. Very nice there by Finley as he goes a bit, takes the wider exit line. Following the sort of guided line you can see on the track. That's where there's most grip on the track. So even if it's not the proper racing line, that's sort of the line you want to be aiming for. Unfortunately, that's how this game works, but usually around every track the racing line is pretty much correct. And across the line for Finley, improves by 0.4 of a second. On this side on the curve again. Oh, he's involved. These guys are pushing now because the amount of invalid sector times we are seeing is just ridiculous. And crashes. Here goes Sky. Now through turn 8. Hits the curb. These guys are going on these curbs and they are playing. They're playing with a lot of risk here. It's only testing, so it doesn't mean anything, but they are testing the waters of these curves, definitely a lot of them. This guy completely stuffs up to the exit turn 12. He's somehow got away with turn 13. Adam and Craiginator both go down at the exact same time. Guy now round the final corner. Yeah, that lap time's gone. And Deck now at the final corner. Looking to improve. Currently 1.6 seconds off Ike at the top. And he jumps into second place. And Ike does the first 36.9 of the session. First 36. So we've broken that barrier. Sparky seems to be a cut above the rest at the moment. I've only just noticed this, but Jack Berman has actually managed to jump into 8th place in front of Craiginator. VTR sort of had a bit of a quiet session currently. He's in 7th place, 1.8 seconds off Ike's lap time. As he's improving. So the top from 2nd to 6th, very close. It's sort of close with 7th, 8th and 9th and Finley, just a little bit off, but oh, he's invalidated again. I'm wondering how many of these lap times he's actually doing without are invalid, because he keeps invalidating them. VTR improves and jumps into 5th place, and he's taken the the updated pit entry, which isn't in the game due to the fact that the guys at Milestone probably haven't had the chance to do a proper scan of the track. So for next game, should Portimao be in the game, we can have an updated version. Zadame now improving, and he's lost it in Sector 3 actually. I think again, red Sector 1. Zadame over the crest. Can gain any time back in Sector 4. No, he cannot say it. Now going round the final corner. You see his teammate Deck in the background there. And down the straight. Oh, the front wheels lift a little bit. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. And he just about beats his teammate by 5 thousandths of a second. Finley's invalidated again. Finley, stop invalidating. Oh god. Something definitely Finley's got to work on around this place. We are at a nice edge around here. And Sky pulls out of his lap. And VTL pulls out his lap, and Adamain is currently improving on his lap again through Sector 2 like last time. And Adamain now going round the final corner. Can he jump inside the top 5? Here we go. He does. Oh, and is that VTR had a fall? Where's Jack Birmingham here? There he is. Currently improving, and now he's in the 3rd sector. Continues to improve on his lap time. Alright, he's lost a bit of time in the 3rd sector. Here comes Jack Berman now. They cross the line, and he improves by quite a margin. Saya's red in sector 1, so we've seen that quite a few times, and he's gone off the track. It's a bit frustrated here, seeing the potential these guys are getting, and they just keep invalidating or crashing. But it's nice that they are pushing to the limit. And here comes Finley. Does the exact same lap time. Incredible. Craig Naton now going out turn 5. I believe following his teammate. That's not the way to do turn 6. VTL pulls into bits, so there's quite a lot of mistakes by the guys right now. Sky now around turn 7 into turn 8, sets the bike up. Let's get the nice line over to bike out, send away from that curve. Send the bike up quite a bit early there, so that's not going to help his bike in terms of the wheelie, but it's going through Craig Jones nice. Change direction, turn 10 and 11. He continues to improve. This apex is a bit of a little bit there. They're not too bad now, going flying through turn 12. Had to shut off a little bit there because he wasn't so close to the curb, and the Honda just doesn't want to turn. Firing out turn 13, and now into turn 14. And he's lost the time due to those couple of mistakes. He does not improve. Deck improving as he goes, whoa, over to Craig Jones onto the curb. Oh my lord, how has he stayed on that? Well done, Deck, for staying on as he goes into the barrier. But red sector 2, I'm not surprised. And I can now looking to improve further, asserting his dominance in this session. And across the line, another tenth of a second for Ike. BTR now round turn 13. And into turn 14, Finley improving on his lap time as he goes around the final corner. So as Intervallo, hopefully he can get a little bit of slipstream here from his teammate. And he improves by 0.3 of a second. Regulator improving. No, he's not, he's lost in the third sector. BTR improving on his lap time. And he jumps into second place. Wow. And Sky now, once again taking the title line over the crest now. Through turn 9. And Dex had a crash in sector 2. Sky's lost some time. It's going to change direction through turn 12. On the curb there. And now round turn 14. Oh my god. Now goes round the final corner. This guy doesn't look to be improving. He does not. Jack Bourbon improving in sector 2. Has he kept the momentum up through sector 3? Yes, he has. So now round the final corner. And Jack crossed the line, improves by 1/10 of a second. Ike again. Another red sector. And he's got Deck as a marker, so a decent marker for Ike there. Deck currently 4th in the session. And if timed perfectly, Ike could get a very nice slipstream at the end of this lap. He goes through sector 2. He's continued to be ready, goes on the curb. And Deck's crashed. Where's Deck crashed? God knows where Deck crashed, but so he definitely interrupted Ike's run there, I believe. Oh no, Greg Nator's coming into the path of Nelson, and Nelson's crap. His autopilot just crashed. Well, that was interesting. And Craig Nator now goes out of the penultimate corner into the final corner. 6 minutes remain of this session. Improved by 3/10, but unable to improve any kind of position. Sky now round turn 8. Once again taking the tighter exit line as he drops down. He's lost it on the curb as well. They are all chucking the kitchen sink at it, oh my god. Jack Berman's gone down. God knows, that was at turn 3. Possibly. For us on the map, Craig Nator improving through sector 2. down the hill, doing a little bit of a wheel, flying through turn 12 and into turn 13. Sire, another red sector 1, hopefully can keep this going compared to how many times he's done it before in this session. Aiki also improving in sector 1. Figures taking the wider line through the final corner. Sets the bike up. Jet Boomer's crash. Can Craig need to improve on his lap time position? Yes, he can. He jumps into 8th position. And now Nelson goes into the pit lane whilst he's on an improved lap. So now round the hairpin of turn 13. And now into turn 14. Can he keep up the momentum? No, he can't. He's lost time to Waiki in that 3rd sector. Possibly maybe that's just due to the agility of the Suzuki compared to the Ducati, and Aiki's continuing to improve. But can Saya use the power of the Ducati in this final sector to pull off anything? He's got on the bit on the curb there. Ain't gonna help him. So close, 62 thousandths of a second away from Aiki. As Aiki looks to improve further. He does by another 10th of a second. So it looks like the two Malaysians are the strongest on the grid at this point. 3 minutes to go of the session. And Jack taking a very adventurous line through turn 10 after the mistake through turn 9. And they're pulling out the lap. He is decked through turn 4. And braking for turn 5, he improves into sector 1. As he now changes direction for turn 7, sorry. And now to turn 8. Nicely done. Takes a nice exit line out of there, down the hill as he now flies through turn 9. BTR currently improving in the 3rd sector. Dex lost time in the 2nd sector, even though that looked quite decent. BTR is unable to improve. Deck now through turn 12 and 13. And through turn 14. He's getting back time, so it might have just been because he was taking a bit of a wider line compared to his previous best. Well, his current personal best. Deck now round the final corner. Fires to the Ducati out. Oh, he's gone on the curb. Over the crest. That run on the curb might have cost him. He's still improved, but could he have improved more if he hadn't touched that curb? Jack Berman now through turn 10 on the curb. He's still improving, and he's made the corner. Oh, he's gone on the curb again. I don't know whether these guys are purposely running on the curbs, or it's just they're pushing that much that they just ended up there. But they're making me squirmish here because it's knowing how bad these curbs are sometimes. There's a massive group there in sector 1. Jack Berman now takes a very wide line through the final corner. Maybe he's setting up his final lap of this session. Who's the head of this group? It is Sky. Does he no, he's lost time in sector 2. And he's pulled out the lap, and I think that is session over for Sky. Yeah, he ain't gonna make it back round. I mean, this is his last lap. Everyone who's not in sector 3 right now ain't gonna make another lap. Is that Ike there? Oh, Ike's on another lap. So Sire, Nelson and Sky, all their sessions are done for. VTR across the line and he improves by another tenth of a second. Adam Mayman able to improve. Finley loses time in the final sector. And Deck now, someone having a massive moment for the long lap route. Deck now round the final corner. His elbow going absolutely mental, looking to try and not touch the curb this time. He does not. Wheel rides a little bit, that's going to cost him a bit, but here he goes down the straight. And he jumps into third place on the final lap. Here comes Craig Nater. It doesn't look like he's going to improve. He does not, and now it is just Jack Berman who is just doing celebratory things.
That's the end of the second and final qualifying session, and we can. So let's have a look at the times after the second.
So Ike tops the test session by just over 1/10 of a second in front of Sire. Those two are the only two to enter the 136 bracket. Deck getting a 137.2 at the end of the session there, with VTR in 4th with 37.4. Nelson with a 37.7, as well as Adam Mayman in 6th. Sky in 7th. Craig Nater very close, and Jack Berman is well close to Sky, with Finley in 10th there. So Finley just a little bit off, but hopefully he can find his way for the first round next week. So I will just get people ready for interviews top 5. Oh, there's only 2 people in here.
The skies over the track are clear of clouds.
Right, so wait for the people to enter the party.
Alright, nobody joining.
Yeah. Looks like it. Oh, there we go. So there's just VTR. So we'll just so we'll just go with you 3 for now. I don't hope the other 2 join. If not, then that'll be it. So we'll go with the 3rd place man, Deck. So you spent. I think you spent the first. For what I was trying to tell. First off session, you seem to do some kind of race run or just trying to get used to the chassis around the track. And then you started to improve your lap time until eventually you managed a 37.2, which was enough to put you in the top 3. So how was the session for you?
It was alright. Just getting used to the factory Ducati. I just first started off with, I think medium hard tires and build my tank up. Was just running race laps, race pace. And then about 20 minutes left, I decided to just do quali run. But, you know, it's still a little different than the Yamaha. Probably won't be as fast, but, I mean, it has its advantages.
Yeah. So and obviously we got the first round coming up next week, hopefully. And do you think you'll be prepared by then to fight for the win?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'll be prepared. You know, I might not be the fastest with the factory Ducati, but I think my racecraft will carry me where I need to be.
Okay, so well done for getting inside the top 3, and good luck for the season.
Thank you.
So I believe Ike and Saya have just joined. I'll just unmute them. Right, so Ike, you basically led the entire session, constantly improving your lap time till eventually did a 1:36.7. So how was your session? Yeah, well done. So good luck for this season, and we'll see you next week at round 1. So Saya, you managed to beat your teammate's deck, and we're very close to Ike at the end there. After Ike had quite an advantage for the majority of the session, how did the test go for you? Yeah, so well done, and good luck. So you look to be one of the championship contenders, so hope for by the end of the season you'll be seeing you in the championship fight. Yeah. So VTR, you return to Monster Energy Yamaha after spending a season with Repsol, and you through the session you built up your pace, eventually getting inside the top 3 until Deck nabbed you at the end there. So how was your session?
It was very good. Well done to Ike, very consistent lap times throughout. But at the start, I was running quite a lot of race pace. I managed to get a 38 with race pace. So I was quite happy with that. And then continuing through the session, it was quite consistent. I was improving every lap, getting good qualifying laps in, and then managed to get that low 37. And I'm very happy with it. And the bike felt very smooth. And I was alright with it.
That's good. So obviously the first round's next week. And obviously, I mentioned here, you mentioned you were kind of race pace, and that was something that last season and the season before was something that probably was your downfall. So, do you feel like in this area you've improved enough to possibly get some wins or fight for the podium?
Obviously, yeah, now in me being back in the main class, it's a lot harder to fight, but hopefully I can get a few podiums, maybe even a race win, and I think my race pace has improved a lot, so hope to do really well.
Okay, so good job today and good luck for the season.
Yep, thank you.
And finally we have Nelson. Nelson, this is your 4th manufacturer you've been on. You've been on the Ducati, the Yamaha, the Honda, now you're on the Suzuki.
Yeah.
You spent the majority of the session inside the top 5, running consistent lap times. So how did your session go?
Yeah, it's a positive session. At first I was not happy with my setting on the bike. Improved that after two long runs. I did like 5 laps each run and managed to stay in the dirty 8s during the whole run, but still wasn't happy with it and changed my setup a bit, and that's when I ran my fastest time, the 37.7, I believe. It wasn't a race run, made a few mistakes after, went back to the pits, and started to work on my gearing. So for me overall it was a really positive test, and really good job to Ike, my teammate, to top the test. So that will show the rest of the field where we stand on track, and that we will be a strong competitor team in the championship. So I'm happy for the test. So yeah.
Alright, great. So good luck for this season. Hopefully you can reclaim your championship that you won in season 1.
Let's hope so.
So that has been pre-season testing for Division 1. Next Saturday should be the first race for Division 2. And then next Sunday the first race for Division 1. Wait, no, scrap that because I can't be there next week.
Yep.
So scrap that. Maybe it's the week after, or we'll figure it out.
You'll get to know soon.
Yeah, we'll know. Everyone will know soon. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you the first round of Division 2. Goodbye.